All right, ladies and gentlemen, the good doc had a great question posed to him via comments on one of my latest videos. And the question basically read, are foreigners accepted or just barely tolerated when we go abroad? And when I heard the question, I do believe, that I did touch on this once before. I do believe that once upon a time I may have mentioned or talked about this in a video. Can't exactly remember what I said, but I hate to be anticlimactic, but the actual answer that I have for you was both. I believe that foreigners are both accepted and barely tolerated at the exact same time. And it does depend on the type of foreigner you are. Right? If you're that foreigner that comes into the country with this false bravado and you acting like your money goes so far that you can buy anybody, and you have this cocky, more so not confident attitude and demeanor about yourself, people are going to recognize that about you. And although your money goes a long way in the Philippines, Filipino people are going to know that not all money is good money. So they could give a fuck about you. And I'm speaking more so about the Philippines because this is what I know. But I do believe that the same rules apply in anywhere in the world that you guys choose to go. But they'll tolerate you because you're spending your money. And you're spending your money at our establishments, right? At our hotels, more specifically, talk about the Filipino people and how they think. So they'll deal with you for as long as they need to, right? They'll deal with you for as long as they need to, and they'll drain you of all the money that you have and then send you the fuck on. So these are the types of people that I do believe are just tolerated abroad, right? And it more so deals with your attitude and your energy and your nature as just a basic human being. But now the acceptance aspect. Now acceptance comes in many different forms, but I do believe that when it comes to acceptance, you can look at it from a multitude of different perspectives, but I like to look at it from the cultural aspect. More specifically, their acceptance of black culture, and in my personal opinion, their acceptance of black people. Now, again, you may not see it my way, but roll with me and we'll see where this goes. Look at the music, look at the dancing, look at the culture in itself, and you'll see a lot of what I would refer to as African American, Black American influences in the Philippines, right? They're very much into hip-hop dancing. They're very much into rapping and things like that. They call it flip top. Their own version of rapping or freestyling and stuff like that. Look at the heavy ballads that they have, the soulful sounds that a lot of Filipino people carry. Y'all know that came from the soulful singers of the past. You listen to their musical influences, man. They like the Bruno Marses. They like the Brian McKnights. They like these types of artists. Therefore, that infiltrates the culture, or their acceptance of the culture, or it brings about, I should say, their acceptance of the culture in a way that I do believe that it could, it depends on how you look at it, translate into the acceptance of the people, right? Now, if you think about it from the historical aspect, I do believe that the American presence in the Philippines first came about during war times, wherein they were trying to alleviate the Filipino people from a particular rule or a particular group of individuals that were ruling in the country at the time. And let's just say the motherfuckers never left, right? America just never left. Maybe for good reason, because if they left, maybe something bad could have happened again. But you start to realize that if you look at the Philippines in general, it's one big melting pot. They have influences from, Spain and Spanish, the words that they use in their own dialects, that's heavy influenced. You could get into the whitewashing and their constant need to be white-skinned and use the glutathione and the lotions and all of that stuff to have white skin kills me, because white people want to get tanned in the United States, the Western world, they want to be tanned and shit, but the Filipinos who are already dark want to be white and shit. It becomes a whole thing if you want to look at it from that perspective. But as far as acceptance versus being tolerated, I do believe that it takes on, like I said, it depends on who you ask, and it depends on the final form that it takes when you're dealing with certain people. Now, you can honestly say that some Filipinos don't necessarily care for the presence of foreigners at all, and that could be a foreigner of any race. But I will say this, I've said it before and I'll say it again, there are some foreign people that come into the country that kind of get the nasty look from Filipino people, right? as accepting as most of the people are in the country, let's be honest, they're real. They don't fuck with you, they don't fuck with you. Or if they have a, thing about you, it's just, it's nothing you can take away. And I know, and you know who I'm talking about, and I'm not going to go into details because, again, I don't want it to seem like we're circling or being specific or singling any particular group of individuals out. But you know who the fuck I'm talking about, right? You know who they love the most. Off the top, Koreans. Let's be real, right? Let's be real. Koreans, Japanese. That's like, I guess I would say those are probably the most accepted races, groups of individuals in the world that come into the country where they get all the love. I don't see nobody hating on them at all. Like, I honestly cannot see or have imagined anybody hating on the Korean, Japanese individuals that come into the Philippines. I've never seen the hate, more so due to the popularity of K-pop, again, going back into cultural influence, right? And what's being brought into the country. Like I said, I think that acceptance and being tolerable have a lot to do with what they've been exposed to and what they like. What they've accepted is what they like, right? What they've been exposed to back in the day during the Spaniards' colonial rule. Let's be real. If you had the white skin, you were considered to be what? Top echelon. You were considered to be beautiful and all that stuff. If your skin was a little darker, that has still become relevant and prevalent in today's society as well. You can see that, right? You see how popular Korean pop music is. So anybody Korean coming into the country, I personally believe they get a lot of love because of the acceptance of their music, because of the acceptance of the Korean culture in general, the animes, you name it, man. I mean, the acceptance of the culture and what it encompasses. I think anime is more Japanese, I'm sorry. But you talk about the music and the K-dramas, I should say, because Filipinos love themselves some damn K-dramas. You see the outside influence and the acceptance of it. And this is why these particular groups of individuals do extremely well in the country. They do extremely well in the country, right? You'll have a K-pop group that just comes out. I think if you can make it in the Philippines, the Filipino people like you, they gonna rock with you and they're gonna build up your fandom. Like, it just happens to be that way. You see, and let's be real, you see a lot of content creators coming to the Philippines and making Philippine channels and shit like that, and their shit blows the fuck up. At least that's how it used to be back in the day when I was actually coming up in this shit and like when I was doing it, and you could see the content that was blowing up, and there was a lot of people who were just coming in and, oh my God, I can't believe this is in the Philippines. Oh my God, I can't believe they have this in the Philippines. Wow, BGC looks like USA. You have these type of videos and shit. Oh my God, the Ball of Asia, all the fucking Ball of Asia videos, right? So it's like, that really did help blow up a lot of people's channels. More specifically, one individual. I don't think he's still in the Philippines now. He could be. I think he is. But, that's neither here nor there. You start to see that foreigners come to the Philippines because they know it can build up their content as well. But in the meantime, in between, son, if you ask me if we are just accepted or if we are tolerated, I do believe it does depend on the type of foreigner that you are, right? We are both. Do they really want us there? I think they could do without us, but they kind of do want us there because we're still different and we're unique than what they're actually used to dealing with. And I'm talking more so specifically about Filipino women, right? Foreigners in general, this is a blanket statement. I do believe that foreigners offer something different than what they're already used to. And as a result, that intrigues them, that interests them, no different than us. As we are used to dealing with certain women in the Western world, and going to a place like the Philippines offers something new for us, something we're not used to. That excites us. That's interesting to us. So, tolerated on the scale of what do we have to offer each other? Tolerated on the scale of coming to the Philippines, we can help boost the economy with our money, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But, accepted on the scale of we're here now. But what exactly are we going to do while we're here, right? I think if you show genuineness towards the Filipino people, and like I said, this can account for any country in the world. I'm not saying this is specifically Filipino-based. This could be anywhere in the world. I say Philippines because this is what I know. This is what I've been through. This is what I know. This is where I spend a lot of my time at. What you choose to do in the country, how you choose to be genuine towards the people, will be the difference of whether they tolerate you or accept you. I think that's how I want to end it. How you choose to act, how you choose to behave. Your genuineness about what your intentions are while in the country will determine whether you're just tolerated or if you're genuinely accepted. I like to believe that I am the adopted son of Davao City. I love that motherfucker city, right? I do. That's my place. I like to believe I'm Gucci the Gucci. I like to believe that that's me, right? And like I said, I've never really had any issues or problems. And if I did, I've had people that would help me out, So I do believe on those levels, how many people are willing to come to your aid, how many people are willing to help you out will kind of determine if, like I said, hopefully you don't go through anything crazy. But if you did, how many people are willing to come to your aid and help you out will definitely determine, in my personal opinion, if you are just tolerated or if you're genuinely accepted by the people, at least the people that you choose to hang around, or the people that are in your genuine or in your general circle and things like that. Hope this video found some value. You let me know. Do you feel that foreigners are genuinely just accepted in the countries abroad or whatnot, or do you think we're just tolerated? And you can choose a specific country that you want to mention if you've been there, how you felt about it, how you felt, what was the energy like for yourself? Do you feel like they just accepted you or they just tolerated you because you was there? All right, would love to hear what you guys got to say. That's my time, effort, and energy, man. Appreciate y'all locking in. It's been a good doc, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out.